Hi everyone, it's Crystal with Spiritually Sexy, and this is my first official live stream on YouTube. So, if you don't know who I am a hypnotist, and I do integrative healing therapy and coaching with people. Um, I'm also I'm a certified hypnotist, a Reiki master teacher, an ordained minister for Universal Life Church, and I also do online gaming and stuff like that. So yay, that's fun. Um, anyway, I gotta stop saying obviously. So let's see where to start. So this is supposed to be about hypnosis and weight loss. Um, I do have some information here that I want to go over, but I don't really want to just jump right in. So let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll pull a card for today, and that'll kind of help me get more relaxed for my live stream. So, if you want to know a little bit about my story, I was a skinny mini growing up. And then I had my first two kids, and I was like 200 pounds, and I'm 5'5", so that's pretty big for me. And it was more like 195 pounds, actually, not 200. But I had my two kids. I was so big, and I didn't even really know it until I saw a picture of my son's baptism, and I saw my arms, and they were just huge, and I was so upset about it, right? And so then I started looking for ways to lose weight, because nobody really likes to be overweight. It's not fun. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, love yourself and blah blah blah, regardless of your size, which is good. That is really good. You do need to love yourself regardless of your size. However, there's also the problem of it's not healthy, and it hurts. It physically hurts. It makes you tired. Um, it makes you get brain fog and things like that. And it's just, and it all relates to, all of your health in the various areas all relate to each other. So like, if you're physically unhealthy, you're going to feel mentally unhealthy. And if you're mentally unhealthy, you're going to feel spiritually unhealthy. And if you're spiritually unhealthy, you're going to feel mentally and physically unhealthy. So like, they all interconnect, and when you're overweight, it affects you mentally and spiritually. And when you have all of this emotional weight and mental weight, that can cause you to gain weight because of the stress and the way it affects your hormones and your brain. And then that also affects you spiritually because of the fact that your energetic levels and everything in your body, get all messed up. You can feel like you're having a hard time connecting to source, or, God, or whatever you want to call it. You feel it makes you it makes you feel like you can't connect with others. And that's normal for being overweight. And it all relates, what you put in your body, what you do physically. If you're trying to block your spirituality, that can cause if you have spiritual blocks, that can cause mental issues and weight gain. And because when your mental health gets thrown off and you get all that stress that comes in, then that causes you to gain the weight. And basically, I'm going on and on and on and trying to explain this, but the simple way is that your body, mind, and spirit are all connected. And everything you do and think and feel and how you tap into source affects everything else. So if one part is off, the other parts are going to be off. And a lot of times, especially with moms, because we carry the emotional and mental weight of the family, we start to carry that physical weight as well, because we have all of this mental and emotional weight that's packing onto us, and that affects us spiritually as well. So, it can be very hard, and that's why you see a lot of women when they get older and everything, they go through this like fuck you phase where it's time to re-find yourself, and you got to tell your family, back the fuck off. I lost me, I have to find me. And then you'll notice things like, or they go through a divorce or whatever, because they put their whole selves into their relationship and their family, and because of that, they lost themselves, they become unhappy. you know Everything all relates to each other. It really does. And that's why integrative healing is so important, because when you lose yourself mentally and spiritually, that affects you physically, and your physical affects your mental and your spiritual. So, and like, it can cause major problems in your life. So that's why it's important to heal our things that are going on with us. And that's kind of why I created this program too. Um, and it's all things that I learned through, my certification as a hypnotist, and learning about integrative healing at the Southwest Institute of Healing Hearts. Yeah, you heal hearts, but healing arts. I'm kind of stuttering a bit because I'm a little nervous, this being my first live stream. I'm sure I'll calm down after a little bit, but uh-oh. Child coming. No, thank you. Okay. So let's pull a card. Huh? Okay, so the card we got is Perseverance, right? So I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to, which is really awesome, because that goes right along with the theory of weight loss and hypnosis, right? So basically, I'm going to go over my history a little. I kind of like got distracted and started trying to explain things a little too much. But so I was 195 pounds, and I was looking for ways to lose weight, and like all the diets and they didn't work, and the pills just make you stressed out and they don't help any. Like, you might lose like 10 pounds in a week, but then you're also cranky and bitchy and mean to everyone. So they're not really good for you at all. And I was trying to find like natural ways to lose weight. So I started doing small changes to my diet and small changes to my exercise habits, because exercising was painful. And so like I would do like 5 of the girly push-ups against my vanity, and which is like where you lean up on something and do push-ups, so that it's not as stressful on your joints and you're not having to lift as much weight or anything on yourself. Especially when your muscles aren't very strong yet, that's a really good way to start for push-ups anyway. And I would do like 10 squats and like go up and down. When I would go up and down flights of stairs, if I was by myself and there was no one to see me, because it's kind of embarrassing to do at first, I was very self-conscious, especially because I was overweight. So I didn't ever want anyone to see me working out. And that's another problem with gyms, is that, it makes you very self-conscious to be the big person in the gym, and people crack jokes and make fun of you and stuff, so you don't really want to go then, and it becomes like this traumatic experience, and you don't ever go back. So then you can't lose the weight, obviously, because you're not exercising. So I learned to do things at home, and like, I'd be giving my son a bath, and I do like 10 leg lifts with lifting my legs to the side each, and then do like arm circles and like just small, easy things to get my body moving, and to build some muscle, because that's how your body loses weight, is by building muscle. And so, I would do these things, and then like the weight started coming off, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. So like But it was a slow process too, because when you're building muscle, you're also gaining weight. So you can't focus on the scale, because then you get like super upset because you're gaining weight instead of losing weight. And so you really can't focus on that at first. Like, you can measure yourself like once a week or once a month, but don't be doing it every day, because your weight's going to go up and down while you're losing weight, because of the fact that you're building muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. So, and um, I was going through all these things where, I was listening to meditations and trying to find myself spiritually. And, um, I would post all of these visual photos of women with the body that I want. And like, it wasn't so much that I wasn't hating on myself ever. And that's the important part, is you can't punish your body into losing weight. You really can't. You can only love it into losing weight. And when you love your body, you want to do what's best for it. So that's basically what I was doing. And I realized, I didn't know it at the time, but when I was going through my hypnosis training and everything, I realized that's what I had been doing to myself, is I was doing self hypnosis to lose weight, and to keep my motivation going, so that I wasn't getting frustrated and, giving up easy. So, long story short, I lost 60 pounds in a year. And you can see those photos on the Spiritually Sexy Facebook. Um, and we'll talk more about that later. But because I was doing all my little progression photos. Um, and like, so I lost the 60 pounds, and that was good. And I was happy. I was spiritually balanced and mentally balanced and physically balanced. I was eating healthy foods and doing things that were good for me, instead of the things that were me basing my whole life around everyone else, and just eating whenever I felt, emotionally messed up. I was just eating candy, and like, I was a sugar addict, like hardcore. I had a Monster addiction for a while. Those things are awful for you. If you drink them, I recommend giving them up right now. Because eventually I started getting anxiety attacks from them, and that was a good sign that that was bad for me. So if you drink Monsters and you're having anxiety attacks, probably a good sign that you want to give up the Monsters for sure. Plus, they're loaded with like sugar and stuff, and even the Monster Zero, like all of the like diet stuff is not good for you either, because they just replace it with other stuff that's still unhealthy. So, um, you have to find healthier options for things. And like, I'm kind of like going too fast, I guess, because y'all are gonna get lost here. So basically, I lost the 60 pounds, and um, everything was all good. And then I went through this period where I was in a very codependent relationship with an alcoholic. And that caused a lot of emotional issues for me. And then I had two more babies on top of that. So then I gained all the weight back, basically. Not all of it. I gained about 30 pounds back out of what I lost. And possibly 40, because I think I got down to 125. So I actually lost 70 pounds, but the first year was the 60 pounds, and then the next 10 pounds was kind of like more a little bit at a time. So it wasn't really noticeable for me. But so I gained back 40 pounds through that. And then I had to work to lose it all again. And, I did my usual thing, which this is before I discovered actual hypnosis. And I was at 165 pounds after my third child. So then I tried doing my usual thing to lose weight. And it worked, and I lost the weight. I lost about 30 pounds. But then when I got pregnant again, and I still had all those emotional issues and everything, and I gained all of it right back. And I went up to 175 pounds with him, with my fourth child. So, and I was doing all the unhealthy snacking, all the sugary sweets, and all the things that I was trying to eat comfort food to make me feel better. And it was really bad for me. So then I came across SWIHA, which is Southwest Institute of Healing Arts. And I wanted to be an herbalist at the time because I was really into like herbal healing and stuff like that. And I had just gotten certified as a Reiki master teacher, which I've been doing since I was 9 years old. I've been doing Reiki, or Reiki, depending on how you like to say it. I tend to say Reiki just because that's how it comes out, even though I know it's technically supposed to be Reiki, but accents. We'll just blame it on that. So I had just gotten that, and I was like, well, I want to go to school to become an herbalist. And they didn't have an online herbalist program, and I couldn't afford to move to Arizona. So I signed up for the Hypnosis program because it was a full diploma program to be an integrative healer. And it included the hypnosis certification. So I signed up for that, and I went through and I got my hypnosis certification and got to learn all about, aromatherapy with essential oils and flower essences and all kinds of things. Got to learn about NLP and helping people with PTSD, weight loss, smoking, pretty much any problem that has to do with emotional, like holding on to emotions or forming habits that are negative to cope with, trauma. Basically, that's what it is. It's all related around our trauma. We're trying to compensate for our trauma. I learned about healing all of that. And so I got certified as a hypnotist, and part of that was we had to create our own programs. And I decided that I wanted to specialize in weight loss for women because that's what I have experience in, and that's something that's important to me, is to help women, because so much of our self-worth we put into how we look, how others perceive us. Um, and our lives tend to be designed around like burying all of this trauma within us. So we put on all of this weight, and because we're emotionally weighted, so we become physically weighted, especially as mothers. And so then we have all this trauma and all this emotional weight built and physical weight all built up, and we're like locked inside of ourselves trying to figure out, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? We focus so much on the physical that we don't realize that there's a mental and a spiritual aspect to it as well, because that's what society has sold us is, oh, take this pill, it's easy, and um you know do this diet and you'll lose like 150 pounds, and do this exercise course and you'll be really strong and muscular and skinny and have the perfect ideal body and everything. You have to go 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 and do it hard, and punish yourself to be skinny. And that's not true at all. It's the opposite. It actually makes it harder for us. And that's why I do hypnosis, is because it's it helps you to release the mental and the emotional weight, and so that you can lose the physical weight. Sorry, I got distracted by my live chat thing here. Hold on a second. Anyway, so because of that, you know, we get stuck in this cycle and we can't get out of it. And we blame ourselves even more and we pile on more guilt and more shame. And that, in effect, causes us to gain more weight and to hold on to that weight even more because we're trying to protect ourselves from that trauma. And so while our society is telling us you're fat, and fat is not good and you need to lose this weight and you have to do it by doing the hard thing and doing it the hard way. It's tough. It's brainwashing us. It's its own form of hypnosis into thinking that we're just not good enough and that's why we can't lose the weight. And that isn't true. Like, you have to learn to mentally and spiritually heal and love yourself so that you can love your body and treat it properly. And otherwise, you're going to revert back to those habits because your subconscious has been trained year after year after year, your whole entire life to eat, or, because you're overweight, you're tired all the time. And so you don't have the energy to exercise, and it hurts to exercise because you're overweight. And not only that, but like our mental and emotional can cause pain in our body as well, which makes it even harder to exercise. Um, so when we have all this trauma stored, we have a ton of things working against us. And you have everyone has like these little mini traumas that we don't even realize exist. We have, when we think of trauma, we think of like the massive trauma that's like, the soldiers coming home with PTSD, women being abused, car accidents, shootings and stuff like that. We think of like super traumatic things, but we don't think about all the little mini traumas that, when you were a kid, you had this person said something mean to you and you're like, oh, it's not that big a deal. But then, another person says something mean and it just kind of compounds over time that you keep storing up all these little mini traumas and it snowballs. And so you have this big, huge thing in your gut of all these mean things that have been said to you over the years, of little mini traumas that have become one big trauma. And so it makes you feel bad and it makes you, emotionally unstable and mentally unstable. And so then you start eating to try and feel better because that's what your brain knows is going to bring that dopamine rush. And so it's all based in your hormones, and, your feelings trigger your hormones and your hormones trigger your behavior. So, whatever your brain has been trained and whatever thoughts that you have running through your head on a loop of things that you've been told over the years about yourself, if you don't heal those and move forward, you can't lose the weight. You're going to keep reverting back to those old habits of, give me this food that makes me feel better, whether it's salty, sweet, whatever. Everybody has their own preference. Like I'm a sugar addict, but my other friend is a salt addict. Like when she gets upset, she goes for crunchy and salty. When I get upset, I go for, sugary, sweet, anything, especially like chocolate, because chocolate is, they did a study on it, and chocolate is basically like having an orgasm in your brain. It releases all the same hormones in all the same ways and everything. So, like, my brain has learned to associate chocolate with making me feel happy. And so, and I still go through that, especially if I stop doing my hypnosis like I did this year. This year, I was doing my hypnosis again and I lost 20 pounds over the summer. And because, I was doing, I was walking everywhere and I was doing all my little mini exercises and everything. And I was really super active and eating super healthy. And I didn't even want to eat my comfort foods. Like, they just weren't appealing to me. I'm about to be interrupted by my child.
Mommy.
What's up, honey?
Milk.
You want milk?
Milk.
Can you get your sissy to get it for you while I'm live streaming?
Milk is no. That
Yeah.
mommy.
Yeah, that mommy. Mommy live streaming. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. He said hi.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
No, that's hi.
Okay.
That mommy.
Go get your sissy.
That is a mommy.
Go get sissy.
No, mom.
Hold on a second.
What is a
I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
It's mommy.
Come on. Yeah, that's
Mommy.
mommy. Let's go get you sippy. Let's go get you sippy.
Mommy. Mommy.
Good job. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes my kids just interrupt and I need to go do something real fast, but I kind of can't help that on live streams. So where was I? I was talking about the summer. So I lost the 20 pounds. I was at 165. I went down to 145. And I was super happy because I wasn't quote unquote overweight anymore. And then I had a bunch of trauma happen in my family. So I stopped doing my hypnosis because I was so busy trying to deal with this trauma and everything. And I was taking on all these responsibilities that I didn't normally have to handle all by myself. And then, you know, because I had all this trauma and I stopped doing my hypnosis and kind of lost where I was going with everything, I ended up putting the 20 pounds back on. So, I was doing all my comfort foods and everything. And then, the holidays came and that's when I do a lot of like cooking and everything and baking. And so that wasn't helping me any because I'm baking and I have my habits. So it's like my natural inclination that I need to like snack on my chocolate and stuff. Hi, Michael Mouse. Okay. Hey, go upstairs with Sissy.
Come here.
Go on.
Come here, child.
Go with Sissy. Go upstairs.
You want to play on your phone? Yeah. Come here. Come here, child. Where's your phone?
Two more of my kids, the teenager and the 4-year-old. Thank you.
You're welcome. No.
Make sure you shut the door.
I am.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, to continue, hopefully I won't get interrupted again. If I do, I might just have to stop live streaming for the day. But I was hoping I could at least make it a little while. And something wrong with my chat. Hold on. How about chat? Let's try that. Okay. Not sure what's wrong there. Hold on. Okay, well, if you guys are in the live chat, if you're commenting, I can't see it, just so you know. Because my chat is not working for some reason. It says unable to connect. Let me see. Nope, I'm not sure what's wrong with it. So Yeah, if you want to comment, you can. I'll see it later. I just can't answer it right now, so I'll try to answer it in the comments. When I am able to see it. I'm not sure. I've never had that happen before while live streaming. It just says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. So anyway, back to the tale of my life. So had all this trauma, so I gained the 20 pounds back, and I wasn't following my hypnosis or my good habits. And so then I decided to start using my hypnosis again. And so far, I've lost 6 pounds. Still working on the rest of it, which I'll be going through my course, which is going to be starting on January 6th. For those of you who don't know, it's my Spiritually Sexy 10-week weight loss course. This is probably the first time I've talked about it on here. I also have a little mini course type deal for people who can't do the 10 weeks. So I'm just going to kind of talk about what I have available at the moment. But I have a mini course that you can use on demand as you feel, which has 2 hypnosis sessions. One's for your physical and your mental, and the other one's for your spiritual and your mental. And they help to heal those things in your subconscious and energetically, because they are infused with Reiki. And then there's also part of that is there's an exercise journal, which has some of my favorite exercises in it that are a little easier to do, and you can do modifications if you need to. And it helps you keep track of what you're doing each week and how you're improving. And then there is also what comes with that. The exercise journal, there's a hormone PDF that teaches you all about how your hormones interact in your body to cause you to gain weight. There is, what else is included in it? Goodness, there's so many things. I like to put a bunch of stuff into my stuff so that I know that you guys are getting the value out of it that you're paying for. So it comes with an essential oil PDF guide booklet that's, it's got the 10 essential oils that are effective for weight loss and how you can use them safely. And it's got, don't use it for if you have this or that or whatever, so it helps you to know what you can safely use and what you can't. If there's any contraindications or things, because a lot of people I've noticed, if they're not trained in aromatherapy, they don't worry about the contraindications, which can be bad. So for example, lavender can help you de-stress and relax and lose weight. But if you're depressed, it's bad for you. It can make you more depressed. So then that's not going to help your weight loss at all. And you're going to keep eating those comfort foods. And not only that, but it's going to increase your depression, which isn't healthy for you either. So you don't want to use lavender to relax if you have depression. That's a contraindication. You would want to use a different oil. And so it has all the information like that. And then I think there was one more thing. There was the 2 hypnosis, the PDF, the exercise, might have to look it up. Pretty sure there's one more thing. I'll have to look it up. And so that's $77 if you're interested in that. You can go to spirituallysexylife.com, and right on that front page, there should be a link that you can click that will take you to purchase it in the store. And then my course, which I will be releasing for sale for 1 week from December 31st through January 6th. So that's going to be the only time that you can buy it. And that one is $1,497. And it's a 10-week course. So of course it's going to be priced higher. But it's meant to, you have each week, you have a hypnosis session and your worksheets to do. And then we have a live call, and you get access to the group. And let me see what else. Have it all here. So you get a progress chart, a nutrition chart, an exercise chart that you fill out each week, along with doing your hypnosis. And then, so like the first week is about changing your habits. The second week is working with your mindset. The third week is it's called Changing the Mirror, which is about body image and learning to appreciate and love your body. The fourth week is dealing with your cravings. Fifth week is how you move through the world, like physically, what movement are you getting? How can you increase it? How can you naturally do that without having to do some crazy dramatic program that like makes you, flip tires and all stuff like that. Let's see. Week 6 is about the power of choice. Week 7 is healing your chakras. Oh, I'm going to have to go pretty soon. Week 8 is how to handle the transformation, because a lot of times when we lose weight, we freak out. We're like, no, this isn't who I am. This isn't normal. You go through all these things where people act differently around you and stuff like that. So that's that week. That's week 8. Week 9 is letting go of your past issues and moving forward into the future. And week 10 is our graduation week. So there's a lot of really, really great things in that program. And I believe I'm also going to be adding some EFT and Reiki to it as well, just so you know. So if you're interested in that, I do highly recommend going and signing up for my program. It's designed specifically for weight loss, and I'm going to be doing it with you. So that's the other awesome thing, is because it's not really awesome that I put my weight back on this year after having all the trauma and everything, but it's awesome that I get to experience my own course with you guys. So you guys are going to be the only people that I'm doing this with you. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait to start on January 6th. But it's going up for sale in 3 days on December 31st. And it will only be for sale through January 6th. And then after that, it goes bye-bye until the next round. So, which I think I'm going to be doing it quarterly. So every 3 months, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. I guess it just depends on how this round goes and go from there. So I'm really excited about it. And I'm glad I got to talk about hypnosis with you guys for a while. My son sounds really upset, so I think I have to go help him. And our card, remember, for the day is perseverance. So if you are trying to lose weight, and says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to, right? So set your mind to accomplishing your goals. If you're making weight loss your New Year's resolution, that's great. That's perfect. We can work together with that. But you can accomplish anything that you decide you want to do. If you want to lose weight, you can. If you want to heal your body, mind, and spirit and, become more in balance, you can. Like, there is no limit to the possibilities in this world, as long as you persevere and keep that in your mind and keep going. So, anyway, I'm going to go, guys. It was great talking to you for a little while. Hopefully I'll be able to live stream again. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully next time my chat will work. I don't know why it's not working. Like when I pop it out here, it doesn't even work either. So I'm not sure what's wrong with YouTube. It's telling me there's something wrong. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. And hopefully I'll be able to live stream a lot the next week or so, maybe more on a regular basis. We'll see. I got my office all set up, and usually it's a lot quieter, but for some reason I decided to live stream. And so that means that my children want to be down here. Like this is a new thing, I guess. So they want to be up my butt. So thanks for watching, guys. Love y'all, and I will see you later.